You were moved.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's round 7 of Super GT 2011-2012. Live from Westhill Reversed. A bit of a challenging track, very fast track for the drivers to negotiate this afternoon. There'll be some interesting racing, as there always is at Super GT. It's a big different... You might have worked out already. I'm not feeling at my best today. I'm quite tired, so I'm sure that I'll be having more brain malfunctions than I normally do on stream today. But I was trying to say, we know it's a completely different track from the narrow twists and turns that was Fern Bay Gold. There we go. We're on the grid now, ready to go and out for the formation lap. Some TeamSpeak ping noise problems, so we're trying to sort that at some point. The formation lap has begun.
User joined your channel.
Speaking of Thalo, hello Thalo.
Hello. Again, I tried to shoot my computer whenever I'm doing the camera controlling off. It worked, it died, and I had to well, get it alive again.
Oh, hang on, what's going on here? Is that car crashing into the wall? On information lap, is he timing out? I think he might be timing out. I think he's back on now. It's very curious, isn't it? Score GT500, so flying off the road there. Has he come back on this? Yeah, he's lagging again. Somebody's lagging again. Yeah, he's lagging badly. It seems as though the rest of the GT500 feel behind car 07, which is 4th on the grid in GT500, are sort of having to stop and wait to see where that car's going to come back at. So he's 3rd on the grid, is he? No, he is 4th. I'm talking rubbish already, cricky.
No problem. TV director is back up again.
Oh dear, I am too tired for this today. Anyway, I'll try and be as enthusiastic as I possibly can. Here they come around into the final split now. SuperGT begin to move away from the field and let them double file. Speedo and ready to roll. The front row of the grid is... I'm surprised the FZRs are... I suppose there isn't really an XR that I would think normally be right up at the front in this series today. So it is FZR dominated GT5. In GT3, it's XR dominated. We'll get to that later, why the XR is quicker on this track than FZR, especially in GT3. And here we go, starting to file up. Speedo to the right in the sort of lime green black skin, right, redder skin on the left hand side with Team Evo 3rd on the grid. Behind Speedo with their lovely green starred spangled skin. And we begin to double up and come toward the line now, GT5s. Ready to go, ready to roll in Westhill. No, they're not going to go, so I don't know what Karekis is doing there. Karekis is accelerating and stopping, that's a bit naughty. I wonder if something will happen there. Green flag is given, and immediately I noticed the Western Wolves have made a terrible start. And Regler is alongside into turn 1, Karekis, but I don't think he's going to be able to swing around there. Looks as though it's all clean at the moment. No bumping and boring so far. And Speedo Racing have held a lead ahead of ready.
Someone's gone.
Oh, there's a spinner at the back.
Yeah, first close. Western Wolves was off.
Yep, and in GT3 we are go as well. Speedo Racing again holding the lead there. Oh, there's a spinner! And it looks like Team Virus have spun. There's going to be a pile up, massive pile up at the back of the GT, the middle of the GT300 field. Looks as though some cars weren't slowing down as well at the back, and they've sort of piled in, and well, it's a big crash. And I think Peace got spun round. Yeah, definitely Peace got spun round. spun to the inside on last time motorsports are doing, because they look so, well, don't drive into the wall, mate. It's a bit silly, but anyway, so there's a problem for last time motorsports are miles behind now, and in the GT300 fight, at the front, Core Racing are going for the lead down toward the chicane, and they have the inside run. Speedo tried to give them as little room as they possibly can, and Core Racing take the lead in GT300.
Bit wide there from Speedo Racing.
Gervais, who in the G500 class has gone off in the FXR into the final sector. Sonic Realms off and now down to last in GT300. Which is already, because of that crash, is a 5-car break. Is it 5 cars? I think it's 4 cars actually. It's 4-car breakaway in GT300. The rest is struggling behind because they all got caught up in the spinning piece. So rammed into it, nowhere else to go. An interesting first lap, Theo.
Yes, of course, but I guess that also has something to do with a very tight race, especially in GT500, sorry, because those teams who are still in the league racing those cars, they can really drive those cars, and so the competition is at a much higher level than it might have been in the earlier parts of the season.
Judging from volume levels, you might want to turn up the team speak and maybe try and turn down the cars a little bit more as well, to you, by the way. Just looking at some of the comments out there. But yeah, wouldn't like to be last at Motorsports now in an FXR and miles behind.
What else is there?
Oh, I heard
Hello,
that twice.
I can hear myself.
Hello. I can hear me too. Hello! We're back, but we don't have any LFS sounds. This is going well. Something's happened to Thelo's sound mixer, and it's going a bit funny, so oh, hang on, sounds like it's back now. So yes, we are back, sorry about that. Hello. Don't think you missed very much. Still the same leaders in both classes. You did of course see, but not hear, what we said about Team Virus using Genuine Racing as a break into the second turn, basic turn 4 is what it is. Naughty bit of driving there. So yes, we are back. Poor old Genuine Racing now last in GT500, having had to reverse up the top of the hill to avoid crashing and taking out the poor other cars that were coming. So yes, but apart from that, I don't think you missed too much, certainly not what I've seen. GT300 looks as though it's got a nice battle though, at the moment, developing. Race leaders Core Racing, head of Speedo, with Player Zone right behind them, and with Genuine Racing GT300 right behind them as well, in the, I think that's second, yeah, top FZR actually in 4th position. Not really an FZR track this one, this is really an XR track, in the GT300 class especially. Really suits the characteristics of the XR down to a T, which I think is why Genuine Racing and GT500 will be a bit fed up of being punted around and being so far behind everybody else in that class, because I think they were winding up, having overtaken Virus for 5th position for a good run today. So yes.
We did have a battle, or we do still have a battle for 6th. That was Bert Knox of TDRT going alongside Western Wolves in the start-finish straight, but I think he was hitting the rev limit at 275 kilometers an hour and just couldn't get enough speed to get past into turn 1.
Do we actually win today, we think?
No, we do not.
So it's just a bit of a gearbox gearing issue there, really, for Dane's Racer team. It's all sort of settled out a little bit in GT500. The top 2 really have gone off at quite some pace. It'll be quite interesting, I suspect, to see whether Speedo Racing and Ready to Roll are on in maybe a light fuel strategy for this first hour, for this first part of this race, whereas the others might be going for a more conventional strategy.
Yeah, because you basically have 3 different fuel strategies. You either short fill, you fill it to the middle, or you go for the full tank, really, too. And then change your driver at obviously one of the stops.
Yeah, it's interesting to see, because I suspect, considering they're doing a low 1 minute 31 seconds and nobody else really is sort of getting anywhere near that at the moment. Core actually have 31.28, but maybe the top 4 might be on sort of a different strategy, so I think it's likely the top 2 will be, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Well, we have some sort of battle here on the track between Lern and Lobato. Lobato in the yellowish car. They're getting close and close to each other. This is for what position?
Oh,
and
Speedo Racing Green, sorry to interrupt. Last time Motorsport's getting the right pickle coming off the final corner, trying to let the 2 leaders in GT500 past them. And ending up riding on the grass there. Sorry, carry on, Thilo.
Lern just defended his position against Lobato. Lobato now moves the cut back into the chicane, and he makes the move stick so far, now hitting the exit, right, okay, that was like, yeah, so Lobato overtook Lern here in this situation.
Yes, Lobato actually having a huge amount of understeer at the top of the hill corner there. I was quite surprised he managed to get the traction out the corner compared to Lon. I thought Sandwich Supersport looking at that understeer would have quite a fair run down the back straight, but nope, you're right, there we go. Up into the next position goes the Lobato FZR. interestingly, I think we did miss one thing actually, Thilo. I think Team Virus GT3 had another little off. Reading some of the comments, we might have missed out where we were trying to fix our issues with Windows 7. Windows 7 versus Theo Falkenberg, often Windows 7 does win these battles normally, don't they, Theo?
Greek, no, sorry, not the...
Hellenic Racing?
Yeah, Hellenic Racing team. I knew they were Greek somewhere. They were stationary in the middle of the track.
Sorry to interrupt, Booty. Riegler suddenly dropped back. Something's happened to Ready to Roll. Looks as though they got hot tyres, so they have dropped back to third position. Now there's a three-way battle. Herman trying to make it past both Core Racing and Ready to Roll down the main straight. Side by side, three-way down to turn number 1. Three cannot fit around this corner, so who's going to be the first to blink? Oh, it's Riegler, and they go side by side with him. And then
contact!
Gore take out Evo by braking too late and running straight off the track, and Riegler takes the position. Caution!
I think I'll ask Riegler to predict the lottery numbers tonight, because he obviously knew something was going to happen there.
Yes, caution favoured aggression there in that situation, and Ready to Roll to remain in second position.
The car held the outside line there against Herman into the chicane. Looks to set up a new attack.
So I wonder what happened to Riegler there.
Well, it must have been when there was some lapping going on, because the front runners caught up to the end of the GT3 field, so
yeah, it's possible. I'll have a quick look on the replay there, because when I noticed it, they were at the top of the hill and he dropped quite a long way and was being overtaken by Core, so I do wonder if something happened in maybe the left-hander for turning up the hill. So let's have a quick look. I didn't think there was many people there at the time. Oh, hello, what's happened there? That's an interesting one there for looking at this replay. Oh, there was a car spun! Oh, it's an incident with the Greek team, Hellenic Racing, reversing back into the middle of the road when they were wow. That was some top-notch avoiding action there from Riegler. He was very, very lucky. He only lost that little bit of time there. Didn't gain a whole load of damage. Not too smart driving from Hellenic Racing. Not entirely sure what they were thinking there, to be honest. Just coming back on the track like that, and then they almost take out Evo and Core. Core actually lost out a bit as well. Just a pity we didn't get our cameras quickly enough onto that sort of incident for Hellenic Racing.
Now up in the battle for second position, Herman behind Riegler. Herman really took advantage out of the traffic with the GT300 cars.
So when Frisk got off, he's going to hit the wall for Western Wolves there. He tried to go around the outside of a GT3 car, but he didn't make it.
Yeah, that's a bad place to go off there as well. Right in the middle of oh, it's a lot of damage on that car, and this is a championship contender in GT500, so this is a big problem for Western Wolves. Oh, it's not actually, it's just superficial damage. They've actually got away with that quite a lot. I'm very surprised that's just superficial damage, looking at the amount of damage around the wheel area. But yeah, it just does seem to be just superficial there.
Just cosmetic damage.
Yeah. And in GT300 there's a battle for the lead coming actually just now guys. Speedo trying to get around Core, who took the lead on that one from Speedo, who had pole position. And now Speedo want their lead back.
Genwood's slide there through the fast left-hander. Just could see from the onboard that there is a slight layer of rubber put there. not yet close enough to put a real move there.
GT300, you'll see as though the top two are now starting to stretch their legs a little bit pace-wise over the rest of the field. Up the hill they do go. And I think that Speedo are going to get the run on Core here. Core made a bit of a hash of getting to the top of the hill there. I think we're about to see a lead change in GT300. Here we go. Core go to defend the inside line, then decide not to, and they're going to leave Speedo on the inside line. It's always risky trying to overtake here, but I think Speedo are going to get the job done, and they do. So GT300 lead changes again. Speedo racing back in front of both classes now. Oh, look at this in GT500. There's a bit of a train forming behind Riegler.
Sinanen makes it some room there. Fastest lap by Caracas, 1:31.20.
Indeed, striking their way again, Team Virus. Team Virus Speed Racing. Oh dear!
Oh,
Speedo.
there was some accident, some sort of accident in front of...
Oh yeah, it's Peace! Hang on, what's going on there with James Peace down the pit straight? Is he lagging? Yeah, something's happened, he's lagging. He's coming across the track now, he's hit the wall at the pit straight. Is that what you were talking about, Taylor? Did you see that as well?
No, I was talking about the battle for third position, and right in front of them some GT300 cars were off.
Yes,
all
it
of the
appears
sudden.
that I think Peace must have had a pop-up or something, because he was suddenly just driving along the pit road wall, sort of turning in towards it. Luckily he managed to come back without hitting anybody, or seemed to
Oh, and look at
sprint cars.
Herman was in a sandwich of the GT300 cars through the fast chicane.
Yeah,
That's
now
quite a
Riegler
bit of time.
and Sunnian have to come past Riegler, get a bit of a twitch on there. This is going to help you to Magic Core Racing. In fact, it's actually going to hinder Ivanov and Genuine Racing GT3, but Core get too close to the back of the ready to roll FZR, and actually I'm not understanding why. So Riegler managed to hold position, Bjorkman causing a yellow flag, so it looks as though he's back on track now though. Nop's got a good run round everybody there though, and so did Rowdy, and look at this, Yusela and Ivanov battle down the pit straight side by side. And it looks as though Ivanov's going to hold the place. No, he's not, he's going to run wide, but there's a GT500 there in the middle of it all, and it looks as though that's going to help him maintain the position in GT300 as the FXR Sonic Rails came past. Ivanov was having a bit of a slide, and that it looked as though Yusela was thinking about going for a dive on both of them, but wisely he chose not to go for it.
But he got a good exit through that corner. So Ivanov still has to defend his position.
Craigie, it must be hard out there for the GT5s today, because they're finding GT3s in all kinds of holes and nooks and crannies they want to be in on this track right now. And the draft seems to be causing them a hard time as well.
User in your channel timed out.
Thilo is timed out. I don't know if you can still hear me. I hope you can still hear me. I'll carry on continuing to attempt to describe what's going on there today. Lapping something thick and fast now on lap 15 out of 61. Or 16 actually, it was 61. He's continuing to have lag issues actually after his incident with the wall, so I do wonder if he's possibly about to time out this server. I did notice earlier on he was lagging on the formation lap as well as the core car, so I do wonder if he's having some issues with his internet. And a comfortable lead for... Oh, and core racing have made it past genuine ready to roll racing and are now up into third position in GT500, so position change there. Nops of TRT is trying to come... User timed out Nintendo. Nops and Route trying as well to come past Riegler, who was up in second position and challenging Speedo Racing for the lead, but after an unfortunate incident with a spinning GT300 car which came back on the track, Riegler is now down to fourth position and had hot tyres for a while. He did a good job of avoiding it though, it must be said, avoiding that spinning car. And James Peace is looking in for Team Virus to come up the inside of Savage Sim Sports. I was a bit... Oh, Peace, no, James Peace, what are you doing? Goodness gracious me, that's not the grass is not an overtaking opportunity, James. Especially in a fast fast right-handed bend. And there's a car already on the white marker, basically. That's absolutely stupid. He almost spun the Savage Sim Sports car at the corner before when I first saw them going head to toe, and now Peace thinks it's acceptable for him to go on the grass, and now he's hitting him down the main straight as well. Crikey, what's he doing? James Peace, what are you doing? Oh good grief, Peace, you absolute... I don't even have the words to describe him!
Chris, unfortunately we don't have any camera control at the moment with Theo gone, so we're just watching the Speedo GT3 car, so...
Well, what you
hopefully...
Okay, well, I could describe it then for you. James Peace turned left into Savage Sim Sports and got himself spun round and crashed on the main straight and took himself and the poor Savage Sim Sports car into the wall. I don't even have the words. The Savage Sim Sports car is destroyed. It's a miracle it's even been able to turn at the moment. And James Peace has ruined his own race and Savage Sim Sports' race because he basically doesn't have a brain. He does have a brain because he thought to do it, so I don't even... Oh, just ridiculous driving. Absolutely ridiculous.
Apparently we do have cameras back now.
Apparently we do, in fact, yeah, cameras are back.
Theo is not in TeamSpeak, so I don't think he can hear us. But...
No, he cannot.
The good thing for the GT500 so far is the top 7 is the sort of breakaway group. Well, you've got first place Speedo GT500 breaking away, then the 6 behind have all got past the GT3s, so they can have now their own battle without having to do any lapping.
User joined your channel.
So, Thilo is back now with us, having once again had computer problems. Hello again, Thilo.
Hello again.
So yes, we are lap 18 now of this race, and we still have in the lead Speedo Racing leading Evo, who worked their way back up into second position. Third position, Core Racing, with a ready to roll after that unfortunate incident with the back marker, now fourth. In fifth position, the Danish Racing Team, with Team Virus GT500 in sixth position, ahead of Sonic Realms in the top, FXR in seventh. In eighth, Last That Much was doing a good job in the GT500 category. With Genuine Racing having been spun around by Virus at GT500 in 9th position on the comeback trail. 10th Campars for the Reality team, and Western Wolves, who had a crash earlier trying to lap a backmarker GT300 car in 11th and needing really the points at the moment. In 12th are Grav T and the FXR. Well, that looked like a bit of contact there. Hello, what happened there? Was a bit of contact there with the GT300 as Bjorkman made his way through, I think, but it seems to be okay. And in GT300 you have Price leading this race for Speedo, with Core Racing and Tossavine in second. They had a good little battle there. Third position, Player Zone and Wall, with Ivanov and Genuine Racing heading up. Championship leaders Vortex and Usella at the moment in not in a strong position actually today, Dilo. Quite surprised with that. I thought that they would turn
Someone
up again
timed
and
out.
it's a joining car, I think, who's timed out.
Tanya.
I thought, yeah, it's a joining car. He joined, so it's not actually somebody who's timed out. But yeah, I thought the Vortex would be right up there again today.
Well, if you look at the past results, it was really expected that they are back up at the top, but today it doesn't seem like they have quite the final bit of fire in their hearts, I believe. Maybe the track doesn't fit that well to them. Or maybe
Perhaps.
the skin finally makes them slow.
But in GT500 it certainly seems to be a return to form so far for Speedo, leading quite comfortably at the moment on setting fast lap after fast lap. Having had a really hard weekend at Firm Bay. Speedo back in the lead. It's a bit quiet just now at the moment. There's not really too many battles out there on the circuit. There's some lapping still going on. I expect the Western Wolves and the Reality team are about to get close, and then expect that we missed Genuine Racing. I'm really overtaking the last lap motorsports for 8th position in the last lap. Well,
And generating now with the fastest lap. I'm now with a clean track in front of them.
I'd assume that they got a bit of a draft off of last lap motorsports to record 30.4, but still, I think that they could have really, in the race, been quite interesting to watch as the top picks are, but sadly for them, they're right back in 8th position and on the comeback trail just to gain some points today. Oh, and Frisco getting very close to the back of the Reality team there, down into the chicane, the uphill chicane there, trying to get a run on Campars. And yet again we have Peace battling for Team Virus, actually making a clean move this time. I suppose that's probably a place he's taking back. Taking back places he lost, when he decided to wreck or drive into the side of Savage Simsports. Don't like coming back for Angel Power Racing down the main straight. Don't like making it sick on the inside. They thought he was going to run a bit wide there for just one moment, but he maintained that position, I suppose you could say.
He makes a few meters, so there should not be a direct counter. Oh, but now he hit the inside and lost some pace on the dirt. And now into the chicane, he takes back position.
Oh, Frisco! Oh, through the tyres! He's gone through the tyres, I think they're Friscops. Was it Frisco? Yes, it was Friscops. going through the tyres, and that definitely is not just superficial damage. That'll be an early pit stop for Western Wolves, and that'll be a massive problem getting that around to the pit. So really, their championship is just going down the Swanee at the moment. They really are in trouble, and they're going to be. Well, I suspect they'll be a lap down actually, Thilo, wouldn't you?
I guess they will be after a pit stop. They had a very, very good lead in the championship, but if I remember it correctly, a 10th place doesn't bring you points. In 11th place, as it is currently. Oh, and over the grass. And if you go over the grass, even a GT300 car can overtake you. At least might try it.
I'm just checking the replay to see what happened to Robin Friscops. Also, it was tyres flying.
Ventiari joining.
Yep, so they're going to have to make the change now. It's possibly sensible since it's got so much damage to repair.
Western Wolves car now diving into the pits. First GT 500 car in pit lane.
Oh, he got pushed there by Campars. Campars looked like he clipped a bit of grass and just flew into Friscops. So really unfortunate, you got to stay there for Western Wolves. He was making a nice clean pass down into that next chicane and, well, wiped out basically. So that's a complete blow there for Western Wolves.
Vortex Racing again close to Ivanov in the Jenna car.
Yep, so Western Wolves are actually a lap down, Thilo, so we were right. But they don't need to make their pit stop again, so they might not quite be a lap down overall.
Well, we have to wait until everyone pitted. After that we have got a cleaned out classification. It seems like Ivanov feeling the pressure from behind. He's using too much grass in the corners in the last lap.
Gisela might be close enough to get the run, let's see. It seems as though he's got higher wings because he's actually dropping off the back of Ivanov there. So really, I don't know, it looks more like a setup issue, I'd say, for Vortex today. It just looks as though they haven't really got a good setup, really.
But sliding Jenna car can, well, reduce the gap.
Karekis decides he wants his fastest lap back as well there, Thale, 30.39. Oh, gravity in the tyres, and they're going to slide out. No, use the bus power to escape the grass there at the top, at the chicane, with the tyres on the inside. Hit the tyres, looks like he's going to fly off the track, but he managed to power his way out of it. As Jeremy Clarkson would say. Power! Top Gear is on in an hour's time. Oh, and look at this, Yusela is through on Ivanov. Ivanov has the inside line for the next corner. Who's going to back down? They're going to contact! Well, maybe a bit of lag contact as well there. And Ivanov has to back out of it.
Shutting doors has never been any more heartbreaking, I guess. Some cosmetical damage to the cars, but they seem to be alright. While Caracas overtakes them for lapping them one more time. Team Evo already 11 seconds behind Speedo Racing.
So yeah, I'm just edging towards pit stop time, I suspect. A little bit closer and closer every lap.
Racing calmed down a bit. The only situations where two cars are pretty close to each other is when GT500 car passes a GT300 car on a straight. No gap under a second. The only two cars really close to each other are Donalik and Dorelli for Angel Power Racing. No. Yes, Angel Power Racing and Mafia Racing. Though their gap hasn't changed a lot over the last few laps. Both cars are not looking too well.
Oh, Team Virus tires GT300. Something weird going on there with Lisa's computer at times today. And, well, he's just given up and left. Oh, and here's the sec virus driver. You got no car to take over here, Tim. Your car's gone.
Oh no. Well, at least I'm not the only one with computer issues.
And, well, your issues as well with Windows 7 to deal with Falcon Rock versus Windows 7. Entertainment at its highest for everybody who's watching.
Yes.
Right.
So Dorelli is now close enough to Donalik to at least take a look at the next up position. It's a battle for 10th. So for the last point.
So, Atlantic Racing gone off somewhere again as well. Out there on the track.
And Mafia's off
I'm
back
quite
time.
surprised actually, that it's been so strung out today. I thought we'd get a decent race, but it seems to be reasonably... Oh no, backed out of it just as I was watching an FXR and GT3. But yeah, it seems as though it's a bit slow to burn this race.
Well, usually this track delivers quite a high standard of racing. I mean, for example, Elvis Carton last season.
Isaac Rice and Simon Cattell's Fun and Games. Sure we all remember that one. It can be seen on YouTube still.
Yes, it can. Normally, it really isn't a track where boredom starts to dominate the race. Usually, due to the long straights, there are epic slipstream battles. But currently, a battle for 10th position in GT300 is the closest we have on track.
Apparently there's a battle going on out there we missed.
Core seems to be close to Evo again. At least judging to what tracker tells me.
And
closer means
instead of not looking at it.
Well, closer means 6/10 of a second. Still pretty rather big gap here.
Do you know what we need to start doing?
What?
We need to start praying for safety car. Praying to the safety car. Oh, hello, what's this? It's an FXR on the wall. It's gravity of spawn coming out, the fast left-hander, and they've hit the wall on the other side of the track. Not too much damage considering the impact though. Looks like they'll get away with it. Also, Riegler had an offer ready to roll, if I can find his card, see what happened there. Yes, he's back to 6th position now, so Riegler, more fun and games for him after having a promising start. Now back to 6th position for ready to roll.
I thought you had maybe noticed it, but it did say there was a yellow flag for Riegler, and I noticed it was slow coming out of turn 1.
Yes, I noticed the yellow flag, and then I instantly found Grav T having fun and games, so that took my attention away.
And stop and go penalty.
That is for adding a driver after the start of the race.
Okay, that's for Savage Simports, I think it is. In GT300.
A new driver already starts to test the grass. Seems to be good grass. He takes a big
starting to get some nice cold tyres, the GT500 as well, so they're coming toward the end of their life. So very, very thin tyres in the XRRs and GT300 as well.
Someone told us that we should look at the fight for P2 and 3.
Well, position 2, Team Evo is going to make a pit stop this lap. The new driver coming in.
Sillinen takes the 2nd position for now.
Savage Simsports have got another stop go penalty because they didn't stop for long enough in their first stop go penalty. So that's a bit of a disaster for them, really.
I still wonder how that can happen. I mean, how can it happen that you're not holding for 10 seconds?
I really don't understand it, because we all know how long a stop go penalty is supposed to be in all forms of racing, basically. So it does. We see it all too regularly. And 29 Evo causing a yellow flag. Oh, they're just coming out of the pits actually. So that's Evo have hit it from 2nd position in GT500. They're obviously going for a half-half strategy rather than a 2/3, 1/3.
So they just they had a 1.5 second gap over 3rd, so we'll see in core racing pits if they're able to hold on to that.
I think if they go a couple of laps, they'll be able to make it. I think the core should be okay and make up gap second. And TDRT might jump them as well, I think. Also, they'll have a slightly shorter pit stop as well. So, I think that pitting slightly earlier could be a bit of a problem in the end for poor old Team Evo, who had a good start to life in Super GT series.
We've soon seen stopped by Speedo Racing GT 500. Also Knobs and Pits. And okay, that's Savage Sim Sports second. No, he finally completed his stop and go.
Well done. Okay, so Knobs comes out with bits, and is he ahead of Evo? Yes, I think he is he? Yes, he is, I think. No, he's not, he's right behind him. There's a red car in front of Evo, that was confusing me there. Oops. So that's Evo have maintained position over the Danish racing team. Can they maintain it over Core? That's the biggest question, I'd suspect. Oh, there's a spinning car. I see a spinning car on the map. Oh, there's two cars. It's car 85, which is Lanzarote Racing, is it? Yes, Lanzarote Racing and Hellenic Racing. Two extra cars to watch out as they come back on the track. It's all good, I think. So yeah, they must have tangled. Maybe they were battling and just tangled together. Though Hellenic Racing are a lap behind Lanzarote Racing, so.
I've got the timer.
Bye, Thilo. Hope you come back soon.
Well,
hello, you're back. Oh, we've got some unblocking and blocking messages, something going on there for Wong, as our GT300 leader of Speedo Racing is in the pits now. That'll be a driver swap, it looks as though. Who's coming in for them? Is there nobody on the server? Oh yes, there is. Reno Coot is on the server, and there he goes.
The problem with the block message key is it's right beside F12, so if you've got fat fingers you might press it a couple of times.
So what else can happen to the broadcast today? We had the fight Thilo versus Win7, we had the fight Thilo versus the internet.
On the first day of broadcasting, Thilo had a timeout. I shouldn't sing, but I had to for that joke. Ta-da. Anyway.
Ta-da.
So into the pit comes Mafia Racing from GT300. So pit stop's coming quick and fast right at this second.
Here we see Durella in pit lane for Mafia Racing. I hope the name is not too true, not that I have a bullet in my head tomorrow. The Tony out of pit lane. And here comes Play Zone into the pit lane, Wong. And a bit further up there's Compass.
Two drive-through penalties for Sonic Realms Racing and Speedo Racing GT3 because of pit lane violations on the exit of the pit lane. They crossed over the white line apparently. So yes, that's going to change GT300 massively, isn't it, Dale? Because they were leading quite well before they came in the pits. Could complete his drive-through penalty. So that'll be interesting to see after the pit stops are all finished where they are on track and in what position
He
they
should
will be
be
in.
second or third, depending
Quite a
on
big
how
gaggle of cars, wasn't there? There was about 3 or 4 cars right all on top of each other, so...
It all depends on how Tossavainen and Ivanov are doing serving their pit stops. Because Coots will catch Moro soon. You can already see him.
Oh, and Sonic... oh, Sonic Realms. Oh dear. So they've now decided to drive over the pit lane. Oh, and now we've got Scuderi. It's all going off now. Sonic Realms have got a speeding penalty for when they were trying to do their driving penalty, and then they drove straight over the same line they'd already got a penalty for. So, wake up, Sonic Realms. You need to not drive over the lanes. I think that'll be upgraded to stop go potentially. Just keep an eye on that one, and also some chat there from Lanzarote Racing Team. We now all know to go to scuderiagas.es, I think it was it? Yes. Yes, it was.
Well, the end is near in terms of the season. Penultimate round here. And Chorus in pit lane, GT 500. Behind him the General car GT 500 also.
Oh, there's a car off, and it's Core GT 300. And they were, oh, they're going to hit the wall as well over on that side. No, they're not, they've got puncture. It's a left front puncture for Core. The race leaders, I think, in GT 300, or they were a moment ago, but now this is going to completely be very, very frustrating for them as they try to make it back to the pits. So maybe, just maybe Speedo might just keep the lead after all in GT 300.
Also,
there's another car
ready to roll.
Ivanov has gone for Genuine Racing, so that's 2 leaders. Oh, he's got a left front puncture as well. He must have got it going to the second last corner. Crikey. Suddenly the leaders in GT 300 all getting punctures. This is going to help Speedo Racing massively, Dilo.
Yes, it does. Well, now we've got Tossavainen in pit lane, and now it will prove that Coots... Oh, it will be close, it will be close.
I think he's got it, I think comfortably.
Yes,
so
he got it.
will remain in the lead. There goes Genuine Racing out of the pits, and they're miles past Go Speedo Racing, so they maintain the lead, I think, in GT 300. Yes, they do. So despite getting a pit exit blend line violation, Speedo Racing maintained the lead in GT 300. I think Players Owner in 2nd position now. Genuine Racing slotting in 3rd spot. Vortex 4th. Core now back 5th position with Gunzelman in the car, a former race-star convertible man. Whoa! Spin! Last Motorsports been spun around. In GT 500. So there was definitely a collision with another car. It was Virus. I think the race leaders in GT 500 trying to come through and lap the last lap Motorsports car and just clipped them on the rear coming out of the chicane. So that's a problem there for last lap Motorsports. We're going well in the first hour, but now back in 11th spot in GT 500.
The only car behind them that is a championship standings leader, that's Western Wolves. Martinson takes over from Björklund in the 21 machine. And Gravity Racing comes out directly in front of the GT300 leader. That was a close affair.
Gravity Racing! Return. As your voice went gravitorious, I suppose that's what you could say there. Virus and GT500 have left the pits, and they're going to be second! Team Virus going to be second in GT500, so that's a massive win for them in the pits there. If they can get their tyres up to temperature for Core, no, they're going to spin! Perron's going to throw it all away by spinning, and Pierre Perron has dropped it on cold tyres out of the first corner, and Team Virus are going to be fourth at least. Here come the next few cars up as well. They could be as low down as 6th, I think. Here come Genuine Race down the inside, so yes, Team Virus, all the hard work done, up to 2nd position, now down to 6th again.
Well, the first half of the racing ended with some boredom. The second half of the race starts with more action than expected, and more action than well, is good, because most of the action is because of some well, errors by the drivers.
Sonic Realms GT500 has a drive-through for doing the exact same thing as this GT3 did. Sonic Realms seems to not like, well, I know they don't like the white line, because I know that their team manager likes ranting about white lines and stuff and safety cars and all that sort of mumbo jumbo, so really Sonic Realms following the leader there, I suppose, and ignoring pit lane lines, so that's both their cars got drive-through penalties, and they come for to serve it. It's not a stop-go penalty, it's a drive-through penalty. You can carry on going through the pit lane, so that's yeah, well, that's yeah, let's see what he does on this pit lane.
Hey, he did it.
I think he did it right, yeah. Oops.
Well, there are always those teams and also those racers who want a very pure racing experience. But everything has got the pros and cons.
Well, the thing is, with that pit exit, you don't want someone deciding to move across to the left. You want them to stay on the inside, so that anyone else coming knows exactly where they're going to be. So it's unfair if some people stay and some people don't, so everyone has to stay within the lines. I would have thought Turkey would be that would be the first thing Turkey would be telling people in his team.
Battle in GT300 between Core and Vortex. Core right at the back of Vortex there. This is for 3rd, I think, in GT300. No, for 4th actually. So here we go. Core recovering from the puncture as the Core GT500 car flashes past as well. Gunsman going for the inside, that's a bit of a dive. Oh, Mackie saw it coming and left him just enough room for them both to make it through, but Gunsman's going to have a massive run out this corner, and you've got to think with the XR's speed advantage on the top line that he will make this stick and be up to 4th. I think he's going to even drive round him before the corner. Maybe not quite, but he has the right of way. Later Mackie realises it and accepts his fate, and he drops back to 5th for the Vortex team, the championship leaders, going into this round.
Well, Vortex will lose some points to Gen Racing. Gen Racing, their closest competitors in the championship standings, only 16 points behind them.
Genuine Racing have completed their comeback and are now hunting down a podium position in GT500, spun out at the start of the race and now flying back to the field. Trying to... No, they're up against ready to roll, I think. No, it's Danish Racing Team in 4th position. Team Virus right behind them and recovered from their spin.
Jenna had the tough luck that these their own GT300 car blocked them a bit. Not too badly, but still through that fast part of the track, it is not really nice to have some moving chicane in front of you, especially if it is your own team. And now they are close enough to Tiafi to... not quite, but they could have been close enough for the slipstream. Very different lines, those two drivers.
Angle on the grass! Oofed. Just managed to hold, unlike Virus going out of the pits. See, over on the nose camera of Dominic Engel's XR.
Yes.
What you can't see is Virus ducking about behind them, trying to dodge their way through traffic and stuff, and you can see ahead though is the Danish Racing Team getting a bit of a wobble on out to the corner. Engel really looks the faster car at the moment, so I think it won't be just a matter of time before Genuine Racing, who were 11th at one point in this race, will move up to 4th position.
Into the final sector.
As he got the run, and not sure, a bit of a wiggle there from Engel coming off the corner. Don't think he's quite close enough to get the run down toward turn 1, let's see.
Not enough for turn 1, but a GT300 car.
Race leading GT300 car. Speedo.
Yes.
And there's also a lap, or about to be lapped, FXR.
That was Last Lap Motorsports.
Yep. Around they do manage to get it. Engel with some nice bright and around, almost continuing your T. They actually got on the grass slightly coming out the corner, just managing to save it. Engel has the run, but I don't think he's quite good. There's a lagging Danish Racing Team car, and suddenly Engel comes back and he's up the inside of him. And he has to use the grass, and he's...
With contact!
Oh, that was nasty, wasn't it? The car's just about to survive. Our Danish Racing Team are going to drop back to 6th. I think they are. Virus are going to get up to 5th now. Messy move from Genuine Racing to move up to 4th position. Not nasty as Mike would say was the thing I said. Did definitely say messy.
A messy.
Probably the closest one to the Loch Ness Monster.
Yes, the Loch Ness Monster is my hero. What is Savage Simsports doing? Where are you going? Crikey! Good lord, that was interesting. Trying to get out of the way, so going to the inside and ending up taking out the bollards and almost drifting into the cars coming behind them. Crikey, that was scary for a second there.
And now Tiafi is back on Perron's ass. Meanwhile, a drive-through for car 65.
I think that'll be for... Is that maybe for adding drivers again, Boothie?
No, blend line. Oh, and Tiafi well, he plays he plays a sheep and cuts some grass.
Decides to turn his FSR into a lawnmower. So can Genuine Racing complete the charge and catch Core and Evo? It's going to be hard, but I think the XRA is the faster car certainly around here. So that could be worth keeping an eye on, charging Genuine Racing, trying to get a podium.
That reminds me of GT2 World Series, where he also was involved in an early accident and...
Well, no, he crashed himself. Let's put it this way.
Oh yeah,
He crashed himself on the formation lap.
You're right, he crashed himself, sorry. But he recovered well, and he was really on a charge back then.
Yes, I was not so very amused by that, since I was driving with him that day. I know what would be a good idea. I'm going to drive off the track on the formation lap and get stuck and miss the start. Thank you, Dom. That's a great idea. Oh dear. Speedo Racing looking comfortable in the lead in GT500. I haven't really seen anything of them today. They seem to have run ahead at the front there, working their way through traffic. As I say that, he decides to go for a little grass cutting. But around the back markers he goes, and GT500 race leader.
Well, Speedo Racing and GT300 very unchallenged so far, I'd say. Except this one challenge they put themselves on by that drive-through penalty. But overall it's been a very silent race for them. Well, at least so far. I mean, with still 15 laps to be driven here. And 27 cars on track.
Our Western Wolves doing in their comeback trail. They are in... Find them.
They are 10th.
Yes, so they are just scoring points, I think, with that. I'm not sure quite.
They score 1 point.
Yeah. Okay, so...
Is it the FIA scheme? Isn't it?
Is it? Right, okay, so yes, of course, because it's FIA Super GT Series this is based on, so yes, that would make sense, of course. Booty says no. Oh, well, we're wrong.
Oh well.
Oh right, okay, thanks for this. So Super GT's not an FIA system. Thanks, that was useful to point out my error of a series that I have no interest in watching in real life.
Yeah, well, a series which cooperates with DTM, so
oh, there's 3 cars going tight through there. I'll be surprised. I think they all got through okay. It was a GT300 and GT500, I think. And actually, coming up through the hill, we actually have a battle between Angel Power and Sonic Realms in GT300. Down the pit straight, Sonic Realms seem to have just lost the back of Angel Power as a round sweeps Team Virus toward turn number 1.
And closing the door for one of the GT500 cars for TDRT.
Hello. Yes, you're right there. That was a bit interesting, but looks though they're both going to run wide, and Sonic Realms should really have been able to get on the back of Angel Power, because Angel Power went very wide in the corner, but then they ran wide themselves onto the grass on the exit of turn number 1 there.
Okay, with the point system.
Top 15 score. Well,
it looks like the MotoGP one. So,
Sounds a bit quiet again, doesn't it?
Yes. 13 laps to go and it gets quiet.
Yeah, we can
Well,
see
we
the safety car right
still
now.
have
That'd be
the-
most entertaining, I think. Theo, I think you'll agree with me.
Well, I'm from NDR, I love safety cars.
Oh, safety cars!
Well, one comment on some video I uploaded was thank you for 10 more minutes of caution. Which pretty much sums up how I love those safety car situations. Anyways, Western Wolves lost the lead. Yeah, they lost one lap due to their problems.
Indeed they did.
And they won't make it back into the lead lap within 12 laps to go. I guess we can agree on that.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's not really worth the risk neither. They're not going to gain anything from it neither. I mean, I said, looking at where they're on track compared to everybody else. So a quick look at the points from last race to see how that would affect the championship. Speedo Racing winning.
Well, yeah, Speedo Racing, if they win, they get the full 25 points. Western Wolves would only get 6, so the gap would be down to 11 points.
From 30, this is now Dave's racing team would probably be out of it, so it would probably be a 2-horse race for the final round of the season.
That would leave Western Wolves needing a 3rd place finish to guarantee the championship for the final round, which, as we've seen in this round, is not guaranteed by any means. So it will be a tough fight, especially if Speedo win.
They could do it by getting their qualifying form back, because that's really where they're, in my opinion, sort of struggling at the moment. Really haven't qualified on the last few races, and it's hurt them in the race.
Round 8 will be on March 4th at the Kyoto Grand Touring Circuit, one of the open configs at clear day, with a qualifying race of 13 laps and, if needed, and a main race of 38 laps. Vivian has now to go through a bunch of GT300 cars and also some to be lapped GT500 cars.
Looking at the GT300 standings, the win for Speedo, if it happens here today, would put them, or it would, I think it would leave them in 3rd, or it would certainly put them in 3rd. 1 point ahead would be Genuine Racing, and 13 points ahead would be Vortex Motorsport, so they would require only a 4th place finish at the final round.
That's why you're talking about the Western Wolves made it up to 9th position, overtaking the Reality team. And they're just well, they're not lapped down yet, so they might just avoid it if they get their skates on.
Well, Libyan is now lapping the Reality Racing team.
Yeah, the position ahead was Sonic Realms, and they are just coming out of turn 1.
Not lapping very quickly the most Sonic Realms, 32.7, so
So it's 2 seconds a lap, and there's 20 seconds in it, and there's 10 laps to go? 10 laps to go.
Could be interesting to keep an eye on for a battle later in the race.
And if Venjarvi does manage to catch Sonic Realms, that would mean they would only have to finish 4th in the next race. The closest gap in amongst all the cars is between Sonic Realms GT3 and Angel Power Racing, which is for 9th in GT300. That is just 0.6 of a second.
Feels like they've been together for ages, really. Seem to have been locked together on race.
In the picture we see the blue car of Western Wolves in front of the black and green car of Speeder Racing. But
I think what you just missed from that shot there was Reno Coots in the leading GT300 car getting very sideways going into the left-hander there.
What I wanted to say is that this picture is pretty much the current situation in the standings, but do you think would it be kind of an insult to Western Wolves if Speedo now overtakes them and laps them? So some sort of mind games played here.
Well, looking at the pace, it's about the same, so it might be hard for Libyan of Speedo Racing to catch up. A 30.9 by Libyan and a 30.4 actually, so Venjarvi's pulling away. Maybe it's just the traffic there that's holding the leader up. I don't know if you've noticed though, but we do have a big battle for third here. Well, third certainly, and then a few seconds up the road is second, and just behind
racing are past.
As Team Evil go around the outside going into the flash chicane. That was interesting.
Yeah, so I was just thinking talking about that battle a second ago. I was about to check up on it, and Engel has, for Genuine Racing, got the 3rd position, and Core might just be out of the reach with the amount of lap times they have left, but so that's another position for Genuine Racing, and it's a podium now from their troubles earlier on in the race when they were punted around by Team Virus.
And again, we saw Dominic Engel on the chart here in a, well, semi-endurance race. Well, let's call it team race because driver changes. It also doesn't look like Monte is able to keep to go this pace.
I think we've also missed Perron having an accident because he seems to have quite a lot of front end damage on that car just now. I think he's dropped well off the others he was battling with a while ago, and into the pit lane. Who's that going in the pits? That Last Time Motorsports going in the pits for some reason.
You mean the Ready to Roll team of Claudius Cassinas, you mean, has the damage? Perron's got a clean car. Apparently Cassinas hit the wall on a few corners from the end of the lap, according to sources.
That doesn't look like a clean car to me there, but the damage on the front end of the Virus 05 car, that looks like a fair bit of damage.
Okay, the front end, but not the actual suspension.
Yes, I did specifically say front end damage, but so...
Well, I was alerting you to the fact that Gasunas has suspension damage as well, so we both learned something.
Learn something new every day. But there's a lot of damage, isn't he, really? Must have been a very hard impact for the Ready to Roll car. It's sort of shrunk a little bit sideways. Car off, it's a GT300, and it's a GT500 actually. It's Last Time Motorsports trundling around on the grass. Don't spin while you come back on the track there. Just trying to stay at the way I think he is just now.
Was bad place to have a spin because there's a slight hill you climb up and behind that hill you can easily be overseen by approaching cars. So, according to sources, we just missed the pass from Clara Lavrikov.
Wait, hang on, what's going on there? It was a battle between...
and we've got a battle between Koskinen and Letemaki. Over his Finnish name.
Chris can pronounce it, can he?
Letemaki. That's what I say.
That's one Finnish name you can pronounce.
Yeah, it's Genuine Racing. They do need the points in the GT3 car, but then again, so the championship leaders. These two battled out for the title in GT3. Just 16 points was Vortex's lead going into this round.
All of a sudden we have 1,000 possibilities to watch a battle. Oh, some car off, some green car, who was this? Oh, that's Hustler Motorsports Latriello.
But Manta and sort of Evo and Danish Racing Team are pretty close as well. But the traffic up ahead of the GT300 race leader, and there's
Contact!
a collision. Yeah, you can see that coming a mile off. And still Capal and Sonic Realms, Angel Power and Sonic Realms are still bang close together in GT300 as well. Look here, car off again. See a car off though, weird. Oh no, it's Last Time Motorsports coming back in the pits. Why Last Time Motorsports in the pits again? Missed the pit box. Okay. So, penultimate lap for race leaders, Speedo Racing in GT5, still stuck behind Western Bulls. I don't think they're going to be able to lap them by the end of this race now. So, yeah, looking good for a big haul back on points for Speedo Racing. Dominated this race from start to finish in GT500. Could be a double success with them leading in GT300 as well. That really would help them in GT300's points standings. They are currently 4th, 26 points behind Vortex going into this race.
Yeah, I'll flag at turn 1, and that's because Sonic Realms GT300 are facing the wrong way. And just as I say that, Team Evo and TDRT are getting ready to battle, it seems.
Yep, they're getting their freak on in this last couple of laps. Evo defending the inside line there. I mean, a bit of a tighter exit, wider exit even, and I fancy the Danish Racing Team are going to have a stab here. Why not? Battle for 4th position in GT500 class. Danish Racing Team all over the back of them. It's going to swing to the outside line. Mantis coming across, still coming across. That's a bit naughty. Didn't really need to continue to turn there, because I left him a little bit of room. He's never going to make the pass stick. Danish Racing Team run wide on the exit of the corner, and that could be that in the battle for 4th.
But there's still some traffic in front of them.
Yep, and Evo have gone wide on the exit of the corner. Ooh, Capal gets out of the way just. Manta really lost out there, and I take back everything I just said about this battle potentially being over, because it's going to go to a last lap shootout. Are Danish Racing going to be able to wind up in 4th place by the end of this race or not? That's the big question, I think, coming into the last lap. We're on the last lap now, Speedo GT500 halfway through it almost. No run there for the Danish Racing Team. They need to close up and close up quickly.
There's another back mark in front of them. Let's hope it doesn't end up in a true shootout. Well, it's a GT500 car in front. Oh, well, okay. Sorry, that's Jenna Racing. Who I thought would be a back marker, but who isn't.
So, Speedo Racing are coming around now. The final few corners are for them. Ahead of them still is Western Wolves, but they will not be lapped now. And it's a dominant performance from Speedo Racing in both GT500 and GT300, and they come round the final corner now, and it's victory for the lime green and black machine in GT500. Speedo Racing win at Westhill Reverse, and the championship does go to the final round with Western Wolves. It's between those two now, Western Wolves versus Speedo in a shootout for the championship at Kyoto Grand Prix Touring, Grand Touring even. Core Racing will finish in 2nd position in GT500, with Genuine Racing's come back to 3rd. There are leaders in GT300. They're coming up the hill. Oh, Gasunas is off! Oh, is he going to take that car with him? No, just managing to avoid it. Struggling around with the damaged car. There might be contact. He doesn't seem very happy with something that happened there. But here comes Speedo Racing.
In the last corner.
Yep, and GT300 has just been dominant for Speedo in this sort of green thing. I can't recall the mean machine because it doesn't look very mean, it looks very green. But it's victory in GT3 and GT500 for Speedo Racing. And second will be Player Zone, a nice consistent run for Player Zone today in GT300. They take a deserved podium finish. And Genuine Racing finished third in both classes as well, so that's third again for Genuine Racing at Westhill. Across line they go, just edging out Vortex, who still lead the championship into the final round. And that was the last cars over the line, I think. Oh no, a few more to come still.
There comes Ventiavi. And the final cars. Well, that's Libyan already, who's done his lap. So all 27 are home.
Indeed, the R28 started 27, finished at Westhill. Not an intro. Oh, and there's a crash after. There's a crash after the race there. Vortex getting spun around. But anyway, so there we go. There's not the best Super GT race this season, but it was important for the championship to go to the final round, and it has, and I think that's going to be a good thing for Super GT to finish with a championship battle, don't you think, Taylor and Booty?
Well, since Theo's not talking, I'll say yes it is. Kyoto Grand Touring will be a good track. Kyoto is always a good track for racing, so should see some good action, and everyone will want to go out on a high. Obviously the leaders will want to hold on to their championship lead.
Indeed they will. So in GT500 it's a straight shootout between Speedo and Western Wolves. Western Wolves only finishing 9th today to really close that championship race up. And in GT300 the main players will still be Vortex and Genuine Racing, so it should be very interesting that final round, see who comes out on top.
Yeah, the last round will be in 2 weeks. March 4th, yeah, in 2 weeks of time. We do have here the winners, the overall podium and the GT300 winner in the picture. So, yeah, it wasn't the best race. I guess that sums it up. It had some very exciting parts, very exciting moments, but along middle part. Oh, okay. Some fun after the flag fell, also by the admins putting there some barrier. Open config always something very special, because people didn't drive them that often. Can mix up some thing, because well, there are no setups made yet, and so it is always something very special on those open configs.
Yeah, the Kyoto Grand Touring is mostly Kyoto Grand Prix long, but it does use the other part of the oval, so most people will have some sort of a base setup, but then it's tuning it for an extra hairpin, an extra 2 hairpins, and more oval.
Time for some last words.
Yep, indeed. I think Today's race hasn't been its best, but some nice action around the track. A bit of a pile up in turn 1, some questionable things happened as well, but you know, it is what it is. I'm sure Kyoto Grand Prix, Kyoto Super Grand Touring, whatever it's called, will be much more entertaining for you all out there.
Yeah. So that's it for today. We say so long here from Commentary Booth. I'm Theo Fortenberg.
I'm Chris Ford, and that was Michael Booth. I don't know if you want to say goodbye. Do you want to say goodbye, Boothie?
Yeah, I'll say goodbye and see you in 2 weeks.
Yes. Remember the 8th of March for the last round of SuperGT 2012. It's gonna be good. I promise you, it's gonna be good.
Deco says 4th of March.
It's 4th of March.
Oh, for goodness sake.
You won't.
Tried to make a big
wrong.
speech down the stream with it, I get it completely wrong. 4th of March. Don't turn up on the 8th, because it won't be here, because it'll be a Wednesday. No, it'll be a Thursday. Okay, don't do it. Goodbye.
Okay, goodbye.